We have to discuss this because this is an interesting phenomenon. And when you get a warning like this, you have to take a step back, and there's probably other things to discuss than the, needle itself. That, you say the magical words and all of a sudden, whoopsie noodles happens. I don't know, man. It's an automated system. I don't know what it saw exactly because it's not going to tell you. But it's going to give you a hint that it's medical misinformation. Now I'm scared of just talking about abortions as well. That's scary, bro. If they gonna fucking attack abortion, I mean, for fuck's sake, we can't talk about it. That's painful, bro. If we can't talk about abortion. If I get magically disappeared, I can't even make community posts, but I will change the title of the video just to let people know, because apparently I can still do that, but I can't make community posts. Like, it's fascinating. How can I communicate to my audience that I'm just like not able to upload videos? That would be nice. Communication should not be just burned to the fucking ground randomly. But here it is. First of all, the context. I was making a video about Stefan Molyneux talking about stuff, and I'm like, oh, abortion is an interesting topic. And he had pretty good takes of like, women, my take is like women have to be punished because just being sexual and promising sexual stuff to men without any consequences, it's a little bit of manipulation. There are consequences to everything. You can't just give everyone everything you desire, right? You can't just become a sexual slave and the next day you go to do an abortion because, you sold your body and your soul and whatever. Like, we have to prevent this just to see what happens. That's how America works. We do certain things just to see what happens. We flick a switch to see if we can catch more criminals this way, because that's what criminals would want. Abortion to be legal. And that's what shitty women would want. Abortion to be legal, so they have sex without thinking about it. It is what it is, man. And then he mentions that Christians don't want that thing, that in a normal community, this wouldn't be necessary, right? So you have to get out of your way. I even found some stats looking at Europe, because Europe is very interesting to me. And apparently I don't live in Eastern Europe. I live in Northern Europe. Holy shit. The map has split. So Northern Europe is actually the cleanest when it comes to abortion, but it's just simply like we don't have the services. No one wants to fucking do that. Like, we don't talk about it at all. But other places seem to be fine. But the Russian delegation, bro, the Eastern delegation where Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine is, holy shit, do they like the abortion thingy. They eat it off the floor. They want to burn their babies before they're born. It just is what it is, man. It's a different culture, and you can definitely see that. You can definitely hate Russia for free. It's allowed. But this is an interesting topic of itself because it does create a panic attack, doesn't it? That's what I want to talk about. The panic attack. The thing of like, what do I do now? Well, you gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta do what they tell you to do, unfortunately. A lot of people are like diving into conspiracy world and they can't shut the fuck up after getting warnings and all that crap. If the warning is this clear, then it's all good. If the warning is deletion of your channel just randomly because you talk about flat Earth, that's not a warning. That is them herpy derping around and trying to see what happens. Well, you should not be happy about that. All right. So yeah, strikes come in all forms and sizes, I would say. It's kind of interesting. You get a little bit of a break. You gotta slow down. 1 week break, 2 weeks break, all that shit. And if you survive the 90-day period, the Mr. Beast challenge, you're good to go. So I cleaned myself from like a strike. I had medical misinformation stacked on top of election something. I don't know. I was talking about elections and saying that Donald Trump was a little bit better in performance in the debate than the other party, and that was not good enough. That was just evil thing to say, or who knows, man? This is just painful. Like, you can't do politics. You just can't do politics at all. Politics is gonna fucking bite your ass off if you try to talk about these topics, even if like you're so smart ass. I hate it because I see a lot of people say stupid shit like Trump is racist, and I would be like, what it means to be racist? When you become racist? Do Trump has a more of an obligation to not be racist, to be less racist than an average person or something? Just tell me the whole story. I'm just gonna listen to you, because like it's a whole baggage. You know what I found to be racist? Women against men. It's like women say a lot of shit about men. Absolutely, bro. But men say a lot of shit about women. If you look into the wrong type of people who are not to be respected, they're gonna say a lot of shit. You know, they're gonna discriminate against a certain group of people that they don't like. The opposition is like the easiest thing to attack. It does feel like there's a lot of female politics going on, but talking about abortion is somewhat important. Because the reason why I started diving back in and like this attracted me is exactly what I wanted to listen from Stefan Molyneux. Because single mothers, he was bashing this topic over and over again. He has that one thing that he's entangled with of like, how were you raised as a child? That is the real question. That's what you have to look into and untangle the mess. Because you might just be broken. You might be evil because you're broken. And no one stopped you. And your parents didn't stop you from being evil, basically. And so I try to break that down. But, yeah, holy shit. Even though it was a 1.5 hour video, they just scooped it, bro. They scooped that and gave me a strike. As if it was blatant promotion of something. I mean, maybe I promoted Stefan Molyneux, and you should not inject that into your system, because you will certainly, you know, feel better the next day and cure cancer as well. Everything cures cancer. Everything else that is not what you usually do cures cancer, I would say. That's how you do it. Change all your habits. When you have cancer, change all your habits. That is the best solution to things. I hate this, bro. Because now I have to... One thing I have to panic over and over again of like, does medical misinformation actually exist? Can't we just talk about it? Is election misinformation somehow existing? Can't we just talk about of like the possible ways we can change the way elections work? Can we improve our point of view about all these things? And it's like, well, apparently I need a PhD. I need some kind of certificate to bypass all these systems so I can actually talk about it. So I'm a trusted source. You know, I'm labeled by YouTube and the government that I'm like not gonna do damage by speaking. I mean, holy shit. But they're so careful. They overly careful. They obviously had to bow down to the government, to the fucking knees, kiss the floor, lick the floor, lick the shit off the floor. That's what they have to do. Because they're constantly angering a bunch of people who try. Like, I've seen so many videos and I'm the one affected. Meaning that there's a lot more people affected, but it's like, it's a topic of discussion and you just never know when you're gonna get fucking hit in the face with this shit. It's unbelievable to me. When I was getting the election strike, the actual strike, I was just reacting and I was just evaluating who do I like more, Trump or Biden? And it's just like, neither, bro. Get fucking smashed. That was the actual response. You talk about politics, let me kick you in the fucking face. Because it ain't your thing. So there is no voting, my friends. There is no actual discussion. Everything is false. The actual misinformation is silencing of other people. So everything is false. You must not believe anything related to politics, pretty much. I'm realizing. You see, in order to fulfill your panic attack, you must say the true thing. You must say the spell. In order to escape the panic attack, you must say something that you just realized that would help you quite a lot. Everything about politics is absolute garbage. I see politician faces pop up as if they're skibbity toilet faces all over the place. All over the place where I live right now, because some kind of election thing is happening. And I'm realizing now that none of this matters. Nothing matters when it comes to that shit, because my voice is not going to be heard, because I have been abused by the system, and that's what they want. That's their actual intention. They're not careful with that at all. And if they want to give you a happy, scary shot into your body, you better bend fucking over so it just is over as quickly as possible. Because holy shit, yes, there's going to be a lot of panicking around you, but you don't have to do that. All right, you just like it's all fake. Everything's fake, bro. Let's not talk. Even people talking about it is fake. You know, everything's fake. Everything that I get a strike for, because I'm being pretty fucking careful and pretty irrelevant. Everything that I get strike for gets completely destroyed from my life. So elections, I don't give a fuck. I just want to see Trump in the presidency because he's more of a person, you know, like there's more person in there. There's more of a personality. Like seeing Biden half fucking dead. I love that he brought himself back to life when he put on that Trump hat. That was a pretty good moment in his life. So the best moment in Biden's life was when his presidency ran out of steam, even though he's still in there. He's still in there, bro. You can still call him a president. Holy shit, I can't even believe that. You know, like, I want to get a strike for something like this. It's like, stop talking about CEO like she's a respectable person. Not about some fucking, you know, garbage that does not affect anyone's life, to be honest. Because it's not in demand right now, but people still talking about it. It's so weird. Stefan Molyneux is like anti that. No. Well, not anti. Why did I? All right, let's call it pro-vax, right? I'm obviously it's not like pro 100%, but like you don't say that it just hurts you basically, that you can die from it. You don't say. You can't. You don't have the power to say anything like that. You just have to move on, unfortunately. It is what it is. It's a scary little thing that you just shy away from, and that's good enough. That's good enough of an advice. Shy away from this thing. If it's inevitable, you have to take it, but shy away overall. Like, that's what it is. So neither pro or anti, none of these things like make any sense. Taking sides doesn't make any sense. Talking about this topic does not make any sense, and it should be avoided like the plague that it is across this platform. There's some plague topics, and I think with IQ something recommended like not to fucking do this shit. I'm still gonna allow myself to talk about various topics because I've been avoiding strikes besides these two things. I don't know what the abortion is right now. Abortion has been mentioned as the question number 7. They give you a questionnaire where you're just gonna say, yes, I will get a strike, and no, I will not get a strike for that. That sort of stuff. And it's probably the same every single time. The 7th question was about abortion, but abortion was just like mention of like, how can you perform an abortion in your home? Fascinating, right? Do it yourselves, guys. That is a true medical advice. And nope, that's not allowed. But that was just one odd question. Everything else is about that shot that you get. A dose of poison. And it's like, bro, like, if you don't explain how this works, what the fuck are we gonna talk about? Because it's just a thing that goes directly into your bloodstream, and it's like, what the fuck is this? So, elections is fake. We can all just deny it and not vote and just not participate at all and not even talk about it. You voting, bro, for something? You care about something? You think that actually matters right now? You know. Alright, vote faster then. Vote and get that shit out of your chest, because there's other things to talk about. There's other more important things. Government is a fucking distraction. So, what is this medical thing? How distractive is that? Because, it's one of those like black hole topics of like, oh, you're gonna talk about it, huh? It's our inventions and it's patented by us, basically. It's almost like government has the patent and you can't even talk about it. You know, because it's that copyrighted. That thing, you know. Government copyrighted that one thing for themselves. Clappy claps, I'm so proud of them. They copyrighted that one thing. And it's always gonna be fear. You know, the biggest fear. Oh, so that's our thing. We copyright this thing. Yeah. The biggest fear, whatever people are most scared of, is gonna be copyrighted by the government, unfortunately. That's the vibe it feels like. So I'm not exactly sure how to solve this. I still need a magical bullet for what do I say to myself when I encounter this topic. What do I say to other people? Because with voting, it's like, I don't give a fuck about nobody, to be honest. No one's gonna save the world. We have to just work harder and do better. And we can't talk about political issues at all. Like, that does not help in any way. We can't just give our powers to some random fucking dude. And even voting is a way to send power. It's just like fucking Dragon Ball Z, arms in the air, and just you collecting a big ass ball to throw at your opponent. It is known as Spirit Bomb, by the way. Crazy, look at that. You collect the entire world's energy and just slam. I would vote for that one though. This one has my vote. All I have to do is think about it. I don't know. Put my hands up in the air for 5 seconds. Let's fucking go, bro. Want my energy? Still better than voting. Voting is garbage. Like, if I just need to like the video, maybe that's good voting. If I just have to click on the screen a bunch of times on whoever I like more, that's good voting system. But if I have to get out of my way, out of my fucking chair, to sign something, to register something, bro, to find some place, and just that's it? That's the whole process? Nothing interesting happens? I mean, am I gonna be amused about this? Am I gonna be proud of myself? It's garbage. So this is how you fix panic attacks. You throw something in the trash, because it clearly is a big problem. This is how Mr. Beast does it. I mean, like, he threw everyone in the trash because we're the problem, obviously. Children are not the problem. Consumers are not the problem. This is what capitalism always does. And you can now start calling Mr. Beast a capitalistic garbage, because that's what the role is right now. He's the most super villain at the moment, and he's focusing on just money and capitalism alone, because that's the thing that helps him make videos. And that's the only thing that he has left. He don't have good connections to anything. He's just completely isolated right now, and it's just like, how long can Mr. Beast survive in this state? Because it's the hardest and most cruel state for any human being. He will go insane. This is the real Mr. Beast challenge. He's now disconnected from anyone's likability, no reputation gain, nothing, bro. Silence will only make things worse. So what is he gonna do? How long is he gonna survive in this state? That is the question. Because he can't just like evaporate into the vacuum of space and pretend that he's like some kind of TV host that don't have to communicate with the audience anymore. Like, he promised he will respond. So it is a capitalistic bullshit of just like, only customers exist. The customer is always right. Nah, the customer is the only thing I give a fuck about. Is the only thing that exists in my world is the customer. That's what it is, you know. And I want as many of them as possible. Please spread your genes, customers. And if the customer is a little child, doesn't matter, bro. Lolly content goes hard in this guy's world. Absolutely. So I need to defeat this. What is this? I understand, like, we take it and we move on with our lives. But there's still going to be panic around. There's still going to be people asking questions. And you need a perfect answer. Because if you take something without any resistance, people will still be upset. You know what I mean? You know, my answer is, when a blood-sucking demon comes to you and offers to just mosquito stab you, you say yes. You bow down and say, please leave me alone. If that's all you want, please do that, and please leave me alone. All right? No more. No more torture. Don't come near me. Just don't interact with me. Blood-sucking demon. We're talking about medical problems here. We're talking about doctors. Like the most evil fucking blood-sucking demons the world has ever produced. You just don't know it yet. And that's not medical misinformation. That's just like, it is what it is, man. You can have that, but I can call doctors pieces of fucking shit then. You know? You take that, bro. You take that, me take the other, bro. Alright? You take your little toy, and I will say that all doctors must be burned in the nearest volcano because they don't deserve to live alive. It's all that. That's what it is, and nothing else. That's my point of view. Like, you take my little my toy away, and I can't talk about my toy of like getting stabbed with a toy directly into my bloodstream. Just like, am I trading for a drug injection? Do I have to take drugs too of some kind? Oh, yes, I am. That's exactly how drugs work. They go straight into your ass, cheek. I have done it. I have survived, because that one definitely kills. Like, they attacked me that one time, but there's multiple times, and that one time when I really went hard is autism. I said an autism video of like, one Johncine will not kill you. But if Johncine gets to smack you over and over and over and over again, then holy shit, where is your funeral? That is my only question. Where is your funeral gonna happen? Because holy shit, I don't know if you survived or not. I just want to make it to the funeral before it's cold, you know? Cold feet. Fucking Johncine. That is the new name of my toy. And bow down to Johncine. Pieces of fucking shit, right? They take their toy and they think they're gonna have reputation left after that. They take the little toy. We done it, bro. We played with your fucking toy for 2 years. Shit, Jesus, bro. I'ma smack you with a Johncine. So yeah, you have to take the upper ground. You have to pull the rug out of their fucking faces because they're not supposed to be disrespectful to you. Societal rules, which is highest self-esteem imaginable that you can achieve, you should go for that. That is the rule. All right, let me get this straight for you guys. Higher self-esteem is a good goal. All right? Now, you're not supposed to harm anyone. But spreading misinformation, I don't think it's one of those things that will harm people because we just talk. We're just talking, bro. We're not taking action based on my decisions, based on my words. No one's going to take action. No one's going to take me seriously. I'm not trying to prove myself as like a medical scientist. Like if YouTube wants to do that, credentials of like, if it's misinformation, then you can just label the entire video of this guy is not medical professional. You can put an ad in front of my face and discourage people from watching the fucking video, and they're gonna be more informed than just getting nothing whatsoever. Then nobody knows anything, and just my head pops out of the toilet out of nowhere all of a sudden, you know. Let me talk about this band's topic that you have no idea about. Aliens, guys. Aliens wants your brains. Holy shit. A lot of things just are scary. Like, you should be informed as best as you can with all kinds of information. You should keep on filling your head with all kinds of information without taking drastic measures, you know? If YouTube actually wants to do this, if government wants to do this, like, they have to put themselves to the ground floor and start educating people. I'll just provide education, not forcibly, just provide. And everyone gets to have their freedom again, because if they choose freedom, they probably gonna get sick and die. And that's the consequence of just using freedom too many times without educating yourself about certain facts of what happens when you do this and what happens when you do that. It's crazy, bro. So yeah, I'll take self-esteem, and if that's the way you solve most of the problems, you just find the highest self-esteem thing. And now we know that Johncine is very dangerous, guys. It will kill. Don't consume Johncine. You're gonna be binge chilling so hard that I don't know, man. You might freeze to death or something. Or you're gonna be binge chilling in the casket if you consume too much Johncine. It's fucking crazy what is in there. What is inside Johncine? That is the question. I don't want to know, to be honest. Holy shit. That is one side of the panic attack. Now let's panic into the other side. Women. You know, that's abortion thing that I forgot to finish. I have exes. I choose some people to teach me a lesson, because apparently that's just what happens in the end. And I was thinking of, like, man, women might not do anything evil because they're trying to appear positive as possible, because they would die otherwise if they're not positive enough. They know they don't have any powers. The only power they have is to grow powers, to to do the positive thing of growing, but then flick a switch and their baby is now a demon, and they just throw a demon baby into the world, and now we have to deal with it. And now the question is like, do Hitler baby actually exist? And I'm like, yeah, Hitler baby, yes. Any baby can turn into a Hitler if the evil just keeps leveling up. If the baby levels up to an evil teen, then you have an evil adult, and then you have the evil mastermind that starts World War III. That's what I said. I do believe it's true. You have to stop them from gaining power, because they will use that power. They will just burn themselves down, because evil will always lose. Like, an evil person is the one that just like goes to a casino and loses all their money. They earn a lot of money and they just lose it all at the same time. That's what evil is. In other words, an evil person can never level up, because the moment they level up, they feel like they have extra power to spend, and they always spend it on some kind of drug or abuse on other people. They try some evil shit. It doesn't go well, very well. It doesn't give them much of a benefit. And that's it. That's the end of the story. Just fall down. Level 4 again. I mean, level 1. This level increases. What are these levels? You should know by now. They do exist. There's 4 of them. I'm at level 3 almost, trying to get here, and I already have my first X marked. Marked my territory already, bro. So, try to keep up. X, so probably you can split this into 4 levels as well, sub-levels, whatever. But that shit exists, bro. There are breaking points where you go from not having a business to having a business. From not knowing how to earn any money to knowing how to earn money. And all of a sudden you can spend your money on whatever you want. Those are the fucking differences. You can go from 17 years old to 18 years old, and all of a sudden you can do more things. Those are the levels we're talking about, but in a spiritual context and much more detailed. When you hit 30 years old, like, the first thing you have to learn is to not have panic attacks. To be able to handle whatever situation you're in without saying of like, oh my god, this is like happening like this and my mouse does not work and I have to upload on a specific day. I was like, I am losing viewership, what's going on? Like, please subscribe, please guys, I need money. Panic attack, basically. Trying to describe everything. That's not coherent enough. Like, coherence, lack of coherence, lack of impact of whatever you're saying is a panic attack, is like noise applied to your voice. Noise, right? So let's say I have this matrix, and the more I'm panicking, the more noise appears and disrupts whatever I'm doing until you can't see it anymore. And you don't care, because that's noise. In order to beat noise, you have to tackle your panic attack. In order to solve anything in your life, you have to at least calm yourself down and slowly seek solutions. Slowly seek what can you do and where can you spend time that would give a quality result of some kind, because any amount of growth is good enough. Usually it's good enough. And I still need some courage to be able to even upload this video right after a strike. Warning. A warning strike. So there's 4. If I am not successful and Johncine gets still through the gaps, through the cracks, into my bloodstream still. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what to do anymore. Now the panic attack got fucking amplified, because anything can happen, but like, it usually doesn't, right? If you think about the ghost stories, there are no ghosts, because nothing ever happens. Ghosts are not relevant. ever. And I stopped believing in ghosts simply because it's pretty scary to believe in ghosts, first of all. And second of all, like, they're not gonna help. They're not there. Like, it's not happening. Unfortunately. I still imagine there's shadowy figures that can snatch me, so I'll just be afraid of the dark, because, like, darkness is uncomfortable. Some bullshit can be, you know, reacted to. You can still be sensitive, but you're not supposed to be panicking around that bad things don't fucking accumulate in your life. And one of those bad things is like sleeplessness and just self-damaging behavior. Slowness sometimes can be bad enough. Refusing to do certain things, certain responsibilities, because you're too fearful of just taking the step when you're allowed to. Sometimes when you have to go somewhere, you are allowed to go there, and that's your opportunity. Otherwise, you just sit at home and sit with your fears and thinking about it. And it's like, it's not that great to not participate, to leave people behind. That is way worse than being honest and expressing yourself and just being in there and creating drama. It doesn't fucking matter. You shouldn't panic about it. It's a lot easier to handle than not participating. Participate. You know, because that is the opportunity to express yourself. And you should be interested in that. Participate. As the ultimate trophy right there. Show your interest. Because you never really know what you're interested in. So just participate. Just find it out. Maybe you're not interested in that thing. Just move on with your life. But show that you're not interested. You should be interested in showing that you're not interested. That is the magical word we just discovered. Participate. I love that. So we can say it parts. So panic holds the word fart. All right. Let's remember that, actually. By the way, this in Lithuanian is kind of like babe in English. Yes, panic is babe. Fuck yeah, dude. Makes sense to me. You might not want a relationship, to be honest, because it might give you a panic attack, but if you can handle it, maybe it's about time to have relationships, to accept people in your life, because you're not going to be interested in them. That's the funny thing. The exes that I'm getting right now, potentially they're going to make me not be interested in other people. So they will feel comfortable talking to me and interacting with me because I will have absolutely no interest in being their partner or whatever. I'm just not going to put pressure on them in any way. So, I don't know, man. You just never know how the world works, but every time you level up, you get a clue on how you can be better. You get a few principles that you can improve and remember. And that is fascinating. So let me tell you a story that's brewing, but pretty much ended. It's getting cold, so might as well fucking reveal it. Right? Who my first ex is. Again, for self-esteem purposes, fuck you YouTube, fuck you doctors, fuck you government. You can take your toy, but you will pay with your reputation. Because people should just be curious, and as long as they're saying quite unique things, that should be allowed. Flat earthers should be allowed on the platform, and that has to be fixed. If I'm YouTube CEO, I'ma fix everything in that regard. Alright? Slowly but surely, we can do this. And there should not be a panic about this. You should not be like, oh my god, is Earth actually flat? I'm forced to believe it now that YouTube CEO tells me to. You know, it's not a scary topic. It's not supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be exciting. Just like another space travel. Unfortunately, that conflicts with the current belief, but it's just fun, you know, it's different. You can think about your worlds in two different ways. I like that. While the Johncine, we can mention it now, because you don't want to get hit by it. You don't want to interact with Johncine. I'm just saying, bro, this guy is scary. But that's it. You know, you get punched in the face just to see what happens. You didn't lose your fucking consciousness. That's pretty good. We move on to the next round of bullshit. Because right now we're dealing with, you know, purge, and I don't want people to talk about just generic things that don't fucking matter. And again, abortion must be a punishment for weird-ass women who want to be witches, who want to just sexually sell themselves out. Is just as bad as, you know, school shooting sometimes. Just allowing women to just do whatever they want. School shooting is just as bad simply because women are now more incentivized to either be single, not seek a proper partner that would stay with them when they get pregnant. Like there has to be more stability, and there has to be more support as well. If abortion is legal, guess what? We have to support baby going somewhere, a pregnant woman going somewhere, in certain institutions where she can just stay there and be taken care of. Everyone has to be taken care of if we allow more people to exist slowly. And I think we can do that. I think it's not a big deal. But we have to be ready for it. If we say no to something, there's still a lot of consequences to fill in. If we say yes to something as well, everything changes. So we're trying different things. That's what I think is going on. On to the Ainsley drama, because that is my ex. That is what I believe is good enough of an interaction, even though it's not much. But it means a lot, right? That's what it means to have an ex. It has to mean a lot. It has to be a historic moment in your life where you spent a lot of time, you put a lot of efforts, and you got something in return that you will forever remember, or you're attached to for a long time. Who knows, right? It's up to you to decide. Now, your ex not supposed to like you back, because that's the whole fucking point. You can't prove that. You don't know that. You don't know what's going on. That's the intrigue as well. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how anyone feels. No one's gonna tell me that. I brought up my first ex because, again, it felt like it's not in my ex. Like, we didn't even hug or kiss or anything. But it means a lot. We spend time, and I don't spend time with girls. So I'm like, I probably have learned something from this, and there was a lot of drama going on constantly. It's like, that's what I can handle, apparently. That's their sexual activity against me is just causing drama in my life. That's just what they found to be the most critical. She was in my room, I was in her room, we were just walking across the park. It was kind of innocent until you think about yeah, hanging out with fucking horny girls that turn 18 is probably not the safest bet. But I did it. Nothing happens. It's a magical thing to realize, you know. It was just the most innocent hanging around there is, and everyone can just think whatever they want. And I cannot be blackmailed or feel bad about hanging with some girl. It was just that easy. Some people might think that I might have had bad intentions, and they wanted to test me. Maybe my friend wanted to test me, and he took a trip away from everything. Maybe there's a lot of lies and clouds of bullshit going on, just prepping me to make a mistake. And I chose not to make a mistake, and here we are. It's just like, cool little memory. But we have to move on because she just kind of farted. So, I mean, like, created such a weird, twisted set of things that, like, it's too awkward now to keep going in that direction. Like, there's nothing left. No patience, nothing. Just a bunch of question marks that she cannot answer anymore, and it just makes me frustrated, right? Her character has been tainted. That's an ex. An ex is a person who has enough evil intentions that they taint their character and they just have to give you up because they're too fucking shady and bad as an influence. When it comes to Ainsley, another ex, unfortunately, another lesson to be learned. And we're just gonna move on. But the lesson we have to learn is exactly the one that I'm trying to describe in this video. The panic attack lesson. I'm a little panicky because I have 14 minutes, guys. But I'm trying to learn as much as possible to be as fast as possible so none of these, like, rambly things corrupt the video. Like, everything is super crystal clear. Except my stuttering, because you're not going to get that away from me. It's my favorite thing. But it's just a good sign, a sign of a good person. Like, if they stutter, they're thinking. You know they're level 2 for sure. And if they're, like, popular and cool to hang around with, like, they're probably level 3 of a personality. And that's what I've achieved. Obviously, it's a foreign person. It's a person that acted in a very, very good show. We're talking about a semi-Disney princess that does not get a spotlight. Does not even get a spot here in the fucking thumbnail or anything. She's not here or there or anywhere, bro. Except in one particular place. Nope. I wonder if I can drill through this. It sucks to be secondary, but here she is, right? And I can talk about it. I can show pictures, and I'm like, that is the direction I'm going. I am an internet influence thing. So now I can show pictures. And everyone's going to be like, yeah, that's cool. You interacted with her. Like, that's nice. She's stuttering, she's fearful, but, like, her personality's super sweet, I guess. And you don't want her to be stuck in that, like, state. You want to see her as a cool person that she is, right? Like, you want to see her the way you see her. That, like, wow, you hang around with, like, the Disney people. Like, that's pretty nice. But it eventually turns into noise of, like, oh, that's the way people see me, and there's nothing cool about it. It is cool when a foreigner sees it, because you're far away. Like, Disney World is far away. I have never been able to take a picture with the Disney princess or anything. None of this is available for me. I can't talk to them, nothing. They're out of reach. So be able to touch Disney worlds in any capacity whatsoever is gonna make a memory. I still have access to her Instagram just in case, like, she does some sudden moves, you know. And this was the post that kind of got me kicked in the balls and banned. Sucks to be me, man. But because I've made so many moves, I don't know which one triggered her the most. Was it me being rude? Was it me just sending too many messages overall? The chain of things? Has she figured something out? But mostly, I probably just, because of the tag. Because I tagged her and I gave her a notification and she didn't like it or whatever. I mean, is what it is, bro. My point of view is just, I'm hanging around, even if it's a comment section. If we're getting something, like, I want it all. Like, I'm gonna be very selfish. I'm just hanging around and I'm a poor person. That's the vibe that you have to get. Like, I'm a poor person hated by most people. Like, people just toy with me and I would like to get something. Or just hang around without being hated, and I am allowed to defend myself, all that shit. And because I got banned right after, I had to post this. So she was tagged on this photo, and she probably will get to react to it. I don't know how much information she got from me, and that's the thing that she will probably keep her from revealing, because I guess I don't deserve at this point. I'm not going to be upset about it. Just move on. So, and it was a very emotional moment to me. Like, he cheers everybody up. And it's like, that's a powerful person still. Even though he looks poor and like somewhat trolled on. But he's also very respected for just being who he is. Like, that's it. Just still has high self-esteem despite being the dumbest person. Despite being so fucking weird. He's still successful for being who he is. Right? He's still loved by other people because you can turn it into a genuine person, a genuine, honest performance. Even if it is just performed, it just is genuine. It's kind of likable. And you don't mess with a guy like that because you don't know what kind of friends he has. That is such an emotional moment to me. I mean, I like it. It's another part of this story that I was able to build. So I did not went into panic and I'm like, oh my god, I hate her or whatever. I'm not that stupid. I'm like, I will appreciate everything that I have received up until this point, especially the moments where everything just kind of like ended, right? So that was my point of view. That was my job. That's what I told to myself because I know how this shit works now. And I know it's even more with full clarity of like what a courageous person is supposed to do is supposed to not panic. You know, that's what people without courage do. They panic. Courage the dog, the cowardly dog or whatever, he panics when he sees a fucking ghost. I'll just fucking punch that little bitch. You know? I have to fight. First we talk, but then you throw punches, man. It's on. You have to be ready for anything. Not panic. And usually one punch is gonna be enough, bro. One punch is hero, and you just walk it off. Maybe I'm digging into this way too much. Maybe I'm actually panicking because no one should be going into a fight. No one should, like, people should just approach you and try to get offended. I think that's what they do. Because they don't know if you're gonna be their enemy, if they have to fight you, because, like, you have more things than they do. For no good reason. Like, people still want to be offended. Even at lowest levels of evil, people still want to be offended about some minor things. So don't give them nothing. And just move on. But don't panic. Still, obviously. That's pretty obvious for any NPC that you just don't start running away, right? Well, if you have to, it's weird, right? I'm putting myself in such situations that, like, I probably shouldn't be putting myself into. Let's just watch the video, guys. Damn. Nah, panic got the best of me, guys. Maybe sometimes you have to pinch yourself and just stop whatever you're doing and just restart. I was never in a fight and I should just take it as a blessing, right? That I don't know what I would do, and that's great. Good news for me. I just don't know what I would do. That's one of the best things you can say to yourself. I don't know what I would do. I hope it just doesn't escalate too fast. You know, I just run away. Running away is a good thing. Fight or flight, I mean, just run away. Like my shoes work. Running away sounds pretty fucking good. Wait. I don't
know how you take pictures in front of other people. Like, because, like, for Instagram, we're supposed to, like, post us doing cool stuff so that it's like, look, I'm busy and doing cool projects. Like, I just I recorded ADR for a friend's short film. and I don't know what those letters stand for, but it's like you go in a little booth and you like wear headphones and there's like a mic, but it has like the circle with the grid on it, so it like looks really professional. And I was like, oh, I should like, in my head I knew I was doing a stand. I was like, oh, I should take a picture for Instagram so it like looks like I'm like doing something. But then I was there and I was like, there's people around, I'm not gonna take a picture, that's so embarrassing. So then I was like, oh, I'll just talk about what I did in a reel, because they say reels are better for engagement. I don't want to do. It cut me off because I was talking too long, which isn't good because these are supposed to be under a minute, I think, for engagement. I don't know if any of this is real. So like, we're supposed to post a certain number of times a week. I don't want to do that. I mean, I love social media. Pay me.
See how much weird shit is going on, and it's like she's comedian, but comedian is just a mask to mask the discomfort of what's going on. Of like, yeah, people are just gonna laugh at me, so I guess I'm a comedian, right? That's the situation she's in. And I believe that she has the capacity to be cool. I look at her as a cool kid and not just some kind of like weirdo, you know. If you just peel off that coolness label, she would just be a weirdo just panicking around. I'm like, how do I post pictures? I guess I just say what I did now. It's like, you know, like she's acting as a weirdo, but she has the capacity not to. So I looked at this as a panic attack. I'm like, I'm genuinely scared for you. I'm like, if there's any advice I can give, like, how about not follow rules? It's not real. And in the description, she's like, oh my god, is any of my friends think that I should delete this, right? Hate true friends. It's very chaotic, guys. Text me if I should delete this. You know? That's the first thing that she's like, oh, I don't feel very secure about what I'm talking about here. So she's self-aware that, like, she went into a panic attack. Like, that's how it looks like. You can't hide it. It comes out. And nobody texted her hard enough, so she deletes the thing. So now it's a part of history, and it's a pretty big deal now. And for every single day that this survives, you know, I can 100% call her an ex, because that's a pretty memorable moment that I want to capture as well.
I just want to do comedy. I don't know why this matters, but
I mean, we don't know how much you want to do comedy. And you should know why this matters. But again, it just feels like she has literally no idea what she's doing. She just follows a bunch of people and tries to mimic their moves, basically. That's it. She's in a semi-community of comedians, but happens to be cooler than all of them, I'm pretty sure, because all she does is just like this little cute trembling person making fun out of her insecurities of like, but eventually she's gonna get cured of all these insecurities once she finds the right support system, I hope. I'm hoping, you know. It's probably not gonna be me anymore, because we moved on. But obviously I will never say no to a return ticket. You know, I like conversations. And the drama doesn't have to fucking end, right? Especially, but yeah. We get to focus on this one thing, which is the panic attack moment and how to avoid it. You need answers. In order to survive in America, you need answers. You need to know what to do and feel pretty confident about it. And only slowly unveil that there might be an insecurity here and over here, not just like fully unleash that you have no answers about anything and it just turns into a panic attack. Because the thing that helps you survive is falling apart. You don't want to reveal that to people. It's a very scary thing to do. But because she was able to lead onto the internet, I'm like, I will catch you as best as I can. I had to show care. I had to show that I'm trying to figure these things out as well. That these things do matter, and not everyone is supposed to know how this stuff works. But being present on social media and loving social media, I mean, we need to see more of that.
It does. And I'm not driving that I pulled because we're supposed to post, I think, before they say you're supposed to post before a certain time of day. Like I heard 3 p.m. If you post after 3 p.m. it doesn't count, so do it before. So I pulled over. I have an hour drive home. I pulled over. I'm in the parking lot of a Baja Fish Tacos. I'm allergic to seafood. I shouldn't be here.
I think I know what the 3 p.m. thing is. And I encourage Americans to post at 8 p.m. or just morning, right? 8 in the morning, so that everyone gets to see it. People in Europe gets to see it, and Americans get to wake up with a new post. I don't know how you post it at 8 a.m., but maybe you fucking sit on it, sleep on it, and shit it out in the morning. Who cares, right? That would be my advice. 3 p.m., not the best advice. Because for me, 3 p.m. means basically midnight. And that kind of sucks. Alright? There are answers. It's pretty obvious why certain things are being done a certain way. You can figure it out using logic. But you have to be genuinely invested into doing so. It's not that easy. It's not the simplest of things. And I went into panic as well, potentially. Who knows, right? Maybe I answered with the same panic, just making things worse. So I could be the one to blame. I'm not saying I'm perfect on this one. For her making 3 minutes video contained panic attack, and I'm like, maybe it's necessary, but like, I mean, I would panic. 3 minutes, bro? I have to delete entirety of my soul to be able to say something in 3 minutes? But nah, I don't know. I don't know what was happening here. And I feel way too related to this person and the way she behaves. Like, it's so cool.
I want to go home. No one made me do this. This is my... Anyway.
Another minute. And she had to make another cut.
I'm just gonna post this and not put captions on it. And I'm sorry if that's bad, or I'll try to do it automatically, but it's so hard. It takes so much time, and a lot of times the captions don't.
Yes, and every single word she says, like, I relate to all of this. And it's cool, like, when you relate to someone, like, from a very, very far away, it's just like, what? That's so interesting. I want to be... I am interested in her life. I do care, like, deeply. And it's best to keep our relationship a hush-hush, you know?
And then you try to fix one, but then the whole...
Because, like, she has enough problems already.
The rest of it messes up. And I'm not going to put a title on this, and I'm not going to... And now it seems annoying. Now it seems like I'm just being authentic. And I don't know. I think I'm just hungry. I think I'm hungry. And because I was running late this morning and I didn't have time to eat. That's a lie. I ate a little bit, but it wasn't enough. And I'm gonna post this, and it's gonna be too long. But that's okay, because I gotta post up, and it's a reel. I haven't posted a reel in a while. Also, I listened to one of these back, and it's making like a weird clicking noise in the back, and I have no idea what that is. And I'm not gonna fix it. I'm sorry. Happy Saturday.
Low-hanging fruit. Surely. Following 2,000 people. What the fuck is this monstrosity, bro? So is that gonna be my exes? People who have very similar struggles and are far away enough to have an interesting life too. Is that what's gonna be happening in my life? All I know is to make this shit more potent because I need it to be. If I want to build a castle of cards of experiences and keep climbing to a higher level to maybe get something actually worth wasting myself over. Because even Ainsley, even the third level person, will not be certain that she's it. You know, and that's the end game person. And she should be proud of that instead of acting cool and cleaning up her environment as best as she can to avoid panic attacks. I don't know what the next lesson is gonna be in life, but I know that I cannot just sacrifice my YouTube career, and I can sacrifice exes if that's what they choose to do. That's not my decision. There's nothing I can do about that. You know, I still have not enough power where I can just throw shit at her and she has to respond to the to what she's doing to me. Stop it. Well, that's the situation. We move on. It is what it is. It's my favorite saying. It is what it is, man. No need to panic. But need to keep working. I don't know. Until things are getting better and better and learning things, and we did it. We did it, boys. The end of story. Thank you for going through all of it, because I needed to share that very much. Bye.